everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Welcome Home podcast. I am joined today by two special guests, Lakea Vargas and Alex Vazquez, my son.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
My pleasure, guys. My pleasure. I want to start off and say, I'm a little jealous. You guys got those fun socks on. I just got the plain old. Well, I got a little fun socks, but I like you. I like what you guys got going on. Man.
Yours are cool.
Cool. So, guys, let's talk a little bit today about first a little bit about yourselves, right? So we'll start with Lakea. Lakea, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, for sure. My name is Lakea. I've been doing real estate for about 1 year, so I'm pretty new at it. But I feel like I've been with you guys forever.
Yeah,
I've been behind the camera. I was your personal videographer
for a while.
For a while, even before COVID. So I feel like I'm used to you guys. I've been on the team for quite a while.
Yeah,
I've been doing martial arts for quite a while as well, maybe like 10 plus years.
Yep.
And I met Eric and got into the real estate last year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You played down a little bit about martial arts, man. You're a big dog. Let's let everyone know you're a big dog in martial arts, man.
Yes.
You're a trainer, right?
Yeah.
You almost trained for the USA team, right?
Yes, I represented America, competed internationally for judo. I trying to get on the LA 2028, so that's my big goal.
Good for you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man. Good job. And I know real estate, you got in, you jumped in, and like you said, you were a videographer for a long time, so you've seen everything from one side. How's it feel to be on this side of it now?
Kind of nervousing, I with the lights and the cameras, but I'm feeling it.
Good, man. Good.
Yeah.
You'll be fine, bro.
Thanks.
Alex.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Vazquez Jr. I've been doing this over 3 years now, and I've had a great time. I've had so much to learn and so much good experiences with people all across the world, and it's taken me to places all across the world. So I'm super grateful for what real estate has brought me, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Great, man. You're doing great too. I know you've been in 3 years. You kind of have a little cheat code because you've been watching it for so many years, right?
Yep.
But you're doing great.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a different scenario where I have something that's provided to me that I should take advantage of. I feel like I would be silly not to take advantage of it. So yeah, definitely to that, I think it's a major benefit, and I'm going full force at it.
Yeah, man, and you're doing great. And Lakea, bro, you have us as
For sure.
So I'm proud of you guys too. So listen, today's topic, let's get into it, right? Let's just jump into it. Today's topic is, as buyer's agents, because primarily that's what you guys do. You work with buyers that are looking to buy either their first home, their second home, or investment property, whatever they're looking for. As buyers, what are you guys seeing different now in 2024 that we just jumped off or started versus last year and maybe a couple of years prior? So I'll start with you, Alex.
Yeah, so I think this time last year, we probably had 2.5, maybe 3 months of inventory. Right now, we're sitting at over 5. So we're sitting at a very healthy amount of inventory in the market. But even then, I'm still seeing prices are holding. But for many of my buyers, I'll say 9 out of 10, I'm able to secure a lot of concessions, a lot of closing cost assistance, a lot of credit repairs, stuff like that, stuff that will reduce their closing costs at the end of the day. And I think now a lot of people are, scared about the interest rate. That's a common trend that's been happening for a while. And a lot of people are saying, oh, yeah, the market's going to crash. But people have been saying that since before COVID, and it still hasn't crashed. So the people who didn't buy during COVID are now saying, man, I wish I would have bought during COVID. And the same thing is going to happen, 2 years from now. So that's just my opinion. I don't have a crystal ball, but it's just what I'm going by. I just bought my first house recently. So, I'm not just talking, I'm doing this with my buyers. I'm in the market with them.
Yep.
So I think that's, valid enough for me to be able to say that. But yeah, no, for my buyers specifically, I've been able to secure a lot of concessions. And even some of them as much as just under 30 grand. I have 2 buyers right now that are under contract right now with new construction specifically. That they have been able to secure $29,000 and change dollars in closing cost assistance. So a lot of people are saying not a good time to buy. I disagree.
Good for you. And we'll chop that up a little bit more too, because you had a lot in there that I want to address. How about you, Lakea? What are you seeing different now than when you first started? Because you first started last year. So what are you seeing now?
I see now more traffic.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing a lot of open houses lately. I did open houses last year,
Mm-hmm.
and the people that come in feel more confident. They're like, okay, I'm ready to start looking.
Mm-hmm.
As of last year, they were a little bit afraid of the interest rates.
Yep.
They're on the fence. But now I feel the confidence from them. We're actually looking at homes. We're going out, getting pre-approved as well. So I do feel that people today are saying, you know what, let's start doing this, let's start looking.
Good.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys, would you guys attribute that to where we were last year, right? So a little bit what Alex said. So we had less amount of inventory, which meant, what does that mean to the buyer? What that means to the buyer is that they have to compete more, right? Because there's a larger amount of buyers looking at a smaller amount of homes, right? And so it's more competitive. But then what we saw, to your point, Lakea, the interest rates, right? The interest rates were starting to get crazy high. People were like, I'm not going to buy now. I'm going to wait.
Yep.
And so I think what we're seeing now is, beginning part of 2024, we're seeing that people are finally realizing, hey, market's not crashing, to your point. Interest rates, yeah, they've corrected a little bit, but they're never going to go back down to the 2.5%, 3% that we saw a couple years ago. And prices are holding. So I think people are starting now to settle in and understand that this is our new reality. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, right? And so, to your point again, Lakea, you're doing open houses. You're seeing these people come in that may have been priced out of the market before, or just waiting for the crash that never happened, and realize, man, I got to do this now because I don't know what it's going to be like in 6 months or the end of the year. And so I'll tap back into what Alex said. What do you think is going to happen maybe towards the middle part of this year, towards the end of this year? You think we're going to see some price reductions? What do you think we're going to see?
Yeah, so with the little knowledge I know about the Fed, because who is the Fed? That's crazy to me. But they're talking about the interest rate is going to drop quarterly this year. It's already dropped once.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is supposedly coming soon. And I think we're going to start seeing more of a pickup to what we saw compared to the previous year and the year before. When the interest rate goes back down, people are going to be out there even more than they already are, getting back into it now. So what does that mean for someone who's interested in buying now? That means it may be a better idea to start looking now, because you're going to have to compete more later. The interest rate, will be down, but you're going to pay for it in the price. So everything is relative.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better to lock in the price now, the sales price of the house, and then later on, if the interest rate gets better, you can always have the option of refinancing. So that's a common thing that everybody says, but at the end of the day, everybody says it because it's true. And I think by the end of the year, things are going to be at a much different pace. But now we have the inventory to support that pace. So I think it's going to be really healthy on all parts of the market.
Nice. Excellent. I agree with you. I think we will see a little bit more of a dip, especially going towards the end of the year. I don't think prices are going to drop though, right? So this is the message we've been telling our clients and our buyers, right? There's a saying, marry the house, not the rate, right? Mm-hmm. So let's find your house.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get in as best rate as we can. And then if the rates change later, we can always look at the option of refining, as long as they're planning on staying in the house for a while. Let me ask you guys this. Specifically talking about competition, right? And buyers being out there now. And we know we're getting into our best time of the year, which is always like spring to summer, right? Because everyone wants to be in a home by the time school starts again. So after August, it starts to take a little bit of a dip. Lakea, what are you doing now in this time of the year to prepare for our busy season, our spring and our summer?
I would say me just being in the field. I've been driving around and doing a lot of open houses.
Mm-hmm.
I also been looking at new construction.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look around at what's happening, there is a lot of new construction happening in West Horizon area,
mm-hmm.
and also in East Orlando. Now with Epic Universe,
Yep.
starting to build, there's more people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm being prepared by looking at what's around me and making sure I'm on top of it. I'm following up with every lead that I have So yeah.
Awesome. That's great. And that's what you need to do. So you're getting knowledge, right? You're in the field getting knowledge so that you can give that knowledge to your buyers.
Yes.
Perfect. Let me ask you this. Being newer in the business, right? Are you seeing that your buyers are now taking that value that you're giving them and having a better mindset approaching the home buying experience?
Yes. I feel like for me personally, I don't want to come off as a car salesman.
Mm-hmm.
I want to come off as Lakea.
Right.
Someone who's educated, who wants to help you genuinely.
Right.
I want them to feel that they could trust me. And that's one main point that me as a realtor tries to give to my buyers.
Good. And that's it. I've been doing this 20 years, right? And I say that we've taught this to you guys, right? And shout out to Eric again. You guys are going to hear a lot about Eric in these episodes because Eric was a major, founder of what we do and what we have. And so Eric always said, chase the relationship, not the check, right? And so that's what you guys do because that's what we've instilled in you guys. Go after the relationship because everything else will follow after that. We've said that for years. And so I'm proud of you guys for doing that, Alex, let me ask you this. What are you specifically doing to help your buyers win in competitive situations, right? So tell the audience out there why it's okay to compete against the house when they have a valued or a high valued realtor behind them.
So I think it all starts with education. And first of all, before we're even out in the field looking at houses, we're going to sit down together, whether that's in person or on Zoom, and talk about the process. And you're going to understand before we submit these offers that you don't necessarily need to just jack up the price to win the house. There's other ways of doing this. For example, I have a file that I'm working right now. Because we have such good relationships with our vendors, I was able to schedule an inspection period on day one of the contract. How does that put a buyer in an advantage? We don't have to have our inspection period as long. So that gives you an edge over some other offers to have longer inspection periods. That's just one example. Knowing the market and how to correctly price an offer is very important too, because if a contract is, or if a sales price is at $250 and you could offer $300,000, doesn't necessarily mean the home is worth $300,000. But if I run my numbers beforehand and I can tell you, hey, yeah, this house is, approximately going to be valued at $250, you have confidence in your offer and you can move forward knowing that you have a solid offer and you can stand by that. If the seller wants to push you up or go that route, you don't need to get that house. There's other houses on the market. Like I said, we're high on inventory right now, and there's other options. You're not going to be forced into anything with us.
Okay, I like that. I just want to know one thing. Where are you finding houses at $250? Man,
listen.
It's hard out there, right?
Reach
$250,
out.
right?
Reach out. I'll hook it up. Reach out and I'll hook it up.
That's good. No, seriously speaking, I like to hear that because, again, we sit down, we have a buyer consult, right? And that's what you do. And you get the understanding of what the buyer is looking for. And then you have a tactical approach on the whole process from A to Z. And we are not in a seller's market right now. So exactly what you just said. I like it. I like what you're doing out there. I think people need to understand when they're listening to this. Number one, even if you have an agent, we are here to help you answer questions. If you don't have an agent, we can help you with the entire process, right? Because that's what we're about. We're about helping others, giving them value so that they can make the best decisions possible. You agree?
I agree. Yes.
Perfect. Have you seen that win in your dealings, in your contracts, and your closings?
Yeah, for sure. I've seen it multiple times. I feel that buyers, they're not really educated, and I feel like there's a difference between a realtor and a realtor.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's people who do it and there's people who really do it and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And with the H6 Homes team, we have years of experience behind us. So with the buyers, when they don't know anything, I would love to educate them on what is out there, and what they don't know.
Good.
Yeah. I'd like to piggyback off of what Lakea said. This is a real fact. Like, you guys can look this up. 2 in 10 Americans have their real estate license,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
To me, that's an insane stat. You can look that
Wow.
up. I'm not just talking, but you're exactly right. There's so many people that do what we do
Yes.
that we get viewed as, like used car salesmen, like you said. So just creating a team that's gonna work for you and picking your quarterback.
I like that, man. Let me tap into something you just said because I think it's important. You just said 2 in 10 Americans have their real estate license. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool to know the stat. But what I do want people to know is that means that, and we know this, right, through experience, any buyer that you come across has a cousin, an uncle, an aunt, somebody in the business. But I do want to caution people, not that you shouldn't use them, right? That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that make sure that whoever is working for you, whether it's a family friend or no one, someone that you just met, has the understanding of the market, has the understanding of what your needs are, and can provide value, because sometimes family members take that relationship for granted and says, oh, this is my cousin. They're going to buy with me no matter what. And that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. They can choose whoever they want. And I think it's important that people understand whoever they choose to work with should provide value and education and help them achieve their goals, not the agent's goals. Would you guys agree with that?
1,000,000,000%.
Yes, for sure.
Good. Okay. So I guess, guys, I'd like to ask a final question before we wrap up. What is it that you would like your audience that's listening to you, your buyers that are just going to be hearing about you, what would you like them to know about you and getting into the market now, if that's what they want to do? If they're looking to buy a property, what is it that you want them to know about you? And what should they do?
Well, for me, I've been doing this for a year, and I feel like I bring a fresh new wind. And I have that fresh mind, that creative mind. And I also am working with you guys, which is well experienced. So I feel like I will want my buyers to know that I'm for them all the way 100%. And I'm consistent, looking for the homes, checking the home, seeing if the roof was replaced or if it has a septic tank, what year was it built. And I'm just not opening doors.
Good.
I'm telling them the right steps to get the right home.
You're guiding them.
It's a big investment.
Right. You're guiding them.
Yes.
And I think it's important what you said in there is that even though you're only a year into the business, you have people around you that have been in the business for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, however long. And so you're not working alone. You're working with an entire group of people in a team that's going to help you and help them get to where they need to be.
Yes, for sure.
Love it, man. Love it. Alex?
For me, I'd like to specifically speak to my peers. It's something that I do, and I like to really target my peers, people my age, really anyone under 30 interested in real estate. It's going to be one of the biggest purchases that you ever make in your life. And yeah, it's scary. But again, I just bought my first home recently, and I'm doing this with you. Like, my goal is not to try and sell you a house tomorrow. I don't want to come across as the guy who's just trying to make the sale. Let's learn together. Let's all grow together. And people who take care of me, I take care of them. And I want everyone to come up and win together. So to my peers specifically, it may be a scary, leap of faith that you're staring down and trying to purchase a home, but it's very doable with the proper team and proper planning ahead of time.
Yep. I like it. Yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys sharing that, because it's sometimes difficult, I guess, for buyers on the other side to connect with certain people, right? Because they don't know, they may see us in a certain light as a salesman. And I believe, this is my true belief, there's very few people in our industry that actually go that extra mile and that really take an educational, consultative base when serving their clients. And I think that's been one of our blessings from day one. Again, like I've always said, let's have a relationship with this person. Let's guide them the right way, and everything else will follow, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Perfect, guys.
For sure. I grew up on the islands and from Hawaii, And one thing that we were always taught is to show aloha. And showing aloha isn't just meaning saying hi, but to care for someone, to show them the love. And I just want the buyers to feel that, like, you know, I'm here for you and I want to help you. I really do want to help you.
Yep. I like it, man. And you have the means to do that. I like that, bro.
Yep.
Really good. Cool, guys. So after all of that, let's let everyone know how they can get a hold of you if they have questions, if they want to start the home buying process. What do they need to do? Start with Lakea.
Yes, for sure. You could call or text me, 561-252-0311. You could also friend me at Lakea Vargas on Instagram or on Facebook.
Cool, man. And if they want any judo lessons, same contact,
Yeah,
right?
hit me up. If you guys want to learn how to defend yourself or become like me.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we usually take Lakea on our showings as our bodyguard.
Yeah, Lakea's.
The sun goes down, Lakea comes, so he can protect us.
I love it.
No, me personally, 321-443-0165. That's my number. And then you can follow me on either Facebook or Instagram, Alex Vazquez Jr. _ and I'm an open book.
I love it, guys. I want to show my appreciation to you guys and thank you for being here, taking out your time to come talk to our guests that are watching us today. For everyone out there listening, we run a full service real estate business. My forte is working a lot more with the sellers because I have a great group of guys behind me that handle most of the buyers. And I think it's important that everyone knows that we are fully bilingual, right? Hablamos español, inglés. You speak any other languages?
A little bit of Hawaiian.
There you go.
Yep.
So,
Aloha.
aloha. So I want them to know that we are a full service, one-stop place to come for their real estate needs, and we have a whole team that'll work for them. So guys, thank you so much. Anyone out there that wants to get a hold of us, you heard their info. My info is Alex Vazquez Realtor on IG, and my phone number is 321-443-3483. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Appreciate you guys both.
Thank you, Alex.
Pleasure.